Hi everybody, it's Christina and thank you for joining me. So today we're going to make this really easy corner easel card. So to fasten my card together I've used some little pieces of Velcro and they're just fastened underneath. You can fold that in whichever way you want, and then when you open it out you just pop the Velcro together, so you've got a piece there and a piece there. Just pop that together, open your easel, and there's your card. So for my card I have two pieces of lilac card, and this is 8 by 8. I've also got some silver card that I can use to add the embellishments with, and I've got two pieces of patterned paper. Now, so let's start with the base, and we'll take one of the 8 by 8 pieces of card, and for this we need a scoreboard. So this is an 8 by 8 piece of card, and we're going to score it at 4 inches. So we're going to score that straight down the middle at 4 inches, and then we're going to turn it so that the score line that we've just made is on the horizontal, and we're going to score it again. Now from these corners we need to make more score lines so that we can fold this card back. So from this corner down to this one we're going to score it, so that's top left down to bottom right, and we're going to score it there. Now just make sure that your score lines don't cross over each other, and then on the other piece we're going to go the opposite way, from top right down to bottom left, and we'll score that. Now we'll move that out of the way and we can fold these back. So we can fold those back now, and those are our folds for the card. Now before we fold anything else we're going to cut along this piece. This is your top, this is the bottom. So with your scissors you're just going to cut up to that centre score line. So you've folded it one way, now fold and score it the other way, and do the same with the centre one as well. Fold it in half and then fold it in half the other way, and that now is your base to your card made. So you can either fold it over that way or you can do it that way, it really doesn't matter. But there is the base now to your card made. So let's make some panels that will sit on the front. Now you need to decide which piece of card you want to use. Now I'm going to do these outside folds first. So I'm going to cut a piece of card. This is a 4 by 4 panel, don't forget. So this now is going to be 3 3/4 inches square. So it's 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. So once you have this 3 3/4 inch square, you're going to put that into your scoreboard, and this time you're going to cut it from that corner down to this one. And that gives you two pieces then that will fit on your panel. So once you've glued these in place, this will give you just a tiny border around each edge. So we can pop that on there, we can glue that in place along there, and that gives us just that small border around the edges. So that's the first part of your card done. Now this is where your second piece of paper will come in, because you're going to do exactly the same with another piece, 3 3/4 inches, and you're going to have another panel for the bottom here. So there are the two panels that you've just cut. One is going to fit along there, the other one is going to be cut again across the diagonal. And then once you've done that, they will glue into these pieces. So there's your next panels cut. Now you can, if you want to, just ink the edges of these just to accentuate them a little bit more. So I'm just adding some it's a shaded lilac to the edge of this, and it's just what I have on the brush. So I'm not picking up any more, I'm just adding little bits to that card. And then once I've done that, I can glue those in place, just leaving that tiny border around the edge again. Now the other piece I'm going to pop on whichever side is going to be on the top. So I'm going to pop this along here, and if it's a directional paper then you'll need to be aware of the direction. You don't have to add your panels like this. The reason I've done this is so that when it's closed, when it's opened up like this, it looks as if this paper is running right the way down, as you can see there. So I've also decided to ink around the edges of my lilac panel. So I'm just going to go around there, and that will just blend that in. Now for the little piece of Velcro, I've fastened them together, both pieces together, and I'm going to put one on the, let's just see where it needs to go, on the bottom edge of this. So that's going to go along there. So we'll take that off and we'll pop that on there, and then we'll take the other side off, we'll close it up, and once that's pressed together, you know that they will stay in place. So now when your recipient gets it, they can fasten the card together with the Velcro. So to make the centrepiece, you will need some nesting dies, and you will need your other piece of card. Now you need to fold that in half, and then you're going to need a circular die that will sit on this panel. So I'm going to use this one, and that will just sit in the middle there. Now I'm going to place this over my fold with just the top edge of the die hanging over the top, and I'm going to run that through my machine. And then with the rest of the card I'm going to move that along, and I'm going to cut a full piece out, and that will sit on top of the easel part. So there's my easel card cut out, and there's its top to go on there. And from the next die down I'm going to use the first patterned paper, and I'm going to cut another circle. I'm going to cut 2 circles out. So because this is thin paper, we can fold that in half. And I'm going to cut 2 circles out of that then, one for the top and one for the inside of the easel. So again, with all my papers, I've just inked the edges. I've also inked the inside and the front of the easel, and the top of the easel I have folded in half. Now this is going to have glue on it, and the other round piece is going to be fastened to the bottom. So we make sure those marry up nice and neatly, and we'll fasten that in place. Now the papers that we've cut, one is going to go on the front, the other one is going to go inside. Now to create the stop for the easel, I've cut some of the purple card, and I've used the smaller dies in the set. And I've cut the purple card 3 times and glued it together, and I've used the smaller one on the top to cut the patterned paper, and I'm going to glue that in place along the bottom there, and that will keep my easel open. And then once I've got my stop glued in place, I'm going to glue the whole easel piece to the bottom panel of that card, and that's going to sit in there. So we'll put that in the position where we want it, and we'll make sure that's glued down. Now all you need to do now is decorate this, and for my decoration I've got some flowers and some silver butterflies, and I'm going to add these to my card. So I have cut myself an assortment of leaves in green card, And the best way to decorate this is probably to open it up in the first place, and that way you can see what you want to put and where you want to put it. So there's my card all decorated up, and once it's put back together and the easel's in place, this is what you will have. So that's one card that I've done. That was another one that we did. This is a blue one that's been completed with some red roses or some red peonies on it. And this is a pink one. And this has the roses on it. So there you've got some really easy corner easel cards to make. And they do look really nice when they are completed. So I do hope you've enjoyed the video. And if you have, please join me on the next one. And why not subscribe to my channel, click the notification bell, then you'll always be aware when I add a new video. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.